Hello there, my fellow YouTubers. Hope everybody's doing well. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make an After Effects style photo video opener video. And I'm going to build it in Camtasia for you. This is something I've been wanting to do for a long time, but we just get so busy. And I think basically what it comes down to is, as creatives or content creators, we tend to, we'll make a piece of artwork or a photo or whatever it is, and then you go back to it 3 months later and oh man, really? That's kind of lame. Well, I don't think that my opener is completely lame. I mean, I'm using it for quite some time now, but I just wanted something that was a little bit more elegant, a little bit more sophisticated. And I've always admired the stuff that motion graphics and stuff that people do in After Effects. But, at this stage of the game, for me, I used to use After Effects. I don't want to get back into it. I've already got, enough software titles that I have to be familiar with. So I wanted to be able to do this in Camtasia. And I think I figured out a way to get a pretty similar result. And if you're subscribed to the channel, I'll share the project files with you. Let's jump in, we'll take a look. Okay guys, so now that you've seen the actual animation in the intro, it's exactly what you might expect, okay? There's a series of 14 images here. And if I just play this through for you, what I tried to do was play or time the shutter clicks here in the audio to the number of images. And I think that's one of the things that I'm going to update in a future version of this. I'll probably add more images. But if you're subscribed to the channel and you want the project file, I'm happy to give it to you. I can't give you the audio file, but I can give you a link to it where you can go and buy it. I think I paid $9 US for it. And so if we look here, just to start you off, to show you exactly, if you're going to try it yourself, the animation that I use is under the blur type, and it's called vertical offset. And I actually think the images are going by so fast. If I just hover over this one, you're looking at about, let's see what we get here. Yeah, 4.04 seconds, so they're pretty quick. But at least you know the blur type here, and you can experiment a little bit yourself with the length of the duration of the images. But personally, I think it looks pretty good. So then the next piece was, and nothing complicated, right? I've got the audio file on the bottom here, and then I've got, let's see, new logo short. Okay, so what this is a little logo animation that I built for the channel. And so it consists of primarily two things. So I have a default logo that I've used for years, which is PT Photo and Gear Reviews. So I've got that, and in the intro you can see the PT Photo is in the center of the logo. And then what I did, the other giveaway, it's right there on the screen, it's a BFX 001 customizable. And so that guy there, if you want to go get that one, let's see, that's an annotation, no sorry, that's it's in the library. And you will find that one in the Camtasia 2022 library. And it's under Emphasis, Effects, Bursts, and Collapse. Just bring this up a little bit. And let's see here. Yeah, so there it is, the BFX 001 customizable. So you can change the color. I changed the color from green to orange just to work with my logo a little bit better. But very straightforward. So really all that's going on here is I've got my logo in step with the burst effect, and the logo is going, if I click on this here and then I show you over here, as we move along you'll see that the scale and the opacity of the logo is coming up. So it's just gone from 0 to the exact size that I want. So when I did the animation, like, it started out complete 100% opacity, so you can't see it, and then as it zooms up it goes towards 100%. And then the burst effect is pretty straightforward, it just works on its own. And then once it comes to 100% here, the next part of the logo, I just had the PT Photo and Gear Reviews dissolve away or fade away through this via this animation, and then I had by Paul Phillips come up on the screen like so. And then as we move towards the end here, you'll see that goes away, and here I'll just click off the screen, and Quartherlegs Photographer comes up. So you can easily take this project file and substitute any of these animations or images for your own. And this is a fairly simple project. I mean, it's not difficult to do. And really all you need is Camtasia. I think Camtasia 2021 might have some of these burst effects in it. Don't quote me on that, but 2022 is where I got it from. So yeah, that's what you need to do the basics or understand the basics of this animation. Okay guys, so let's cover a little bit of the how in this video. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come to the library here and I'm going to drag the custom animation onto the screen, and I'm also going to go back to media. I'm going to grab my logo file and put it down below, and then I'm going to come over and blow things up a little bit so you guys have a little bit easier view here. And so I'll slide that over. So the first thing you want to do is make sure that your logo image is the same size as the animation image. That makes a big difference. And then you may want to expand your screen a little bit just so you can work with this thing a little bit easier. I'll center it on the screen for you. And if I play this, so what we have now is pretty much where I started from. So I'll click on the BFX animation and we'll just resize it. I'll take it, the full width of the screen like so. Now let's play it. Okay, and so we can clearly see somewhere in about here my logo is definitely a little on the small side. So let's expand that. Yeah, somewhere in there is, I'm not shooting for perfection here. This is just a down and dirty. So now if we go back and play it like so, next thing I want to do is on the logo itself, I'm going to do Shift A to put an animation on it. And I'll start by resizing the logo to scale it down. Like so, and then let's play this. That's pretty good. So really all I've done is simple animation to scale the logo up in time with the BFX animation. And one other thing that you might want to do, I could also scale back the opacity. So now it goes from 0 opacity to completely opaque at 100% and just gives you kind of a nice effect. Now that's the basics of the BFX animation. And one thing I should point out before we move away from this, I'll just highlight the animation here, the BFX animation, to about something like that there. And if you click on this, you'll notice that you click on the properties button here. It gives you properties for the animation that you're using. And so I just came down here, I clicked on the eyedropper tool like this. Whoops, well, not exactly like that. I clicked on it and the initial color was green, but what I wanted was use the eyedropper tool, come over, I wanted to sample the orange color like so, click on that, and now you notice that your animation has changed color. So that's part of the new feature pack in Camtasia 2022, and I think it's a great addition. I mean, finally Camtasia is getting some of the stuff that we've had for years in Photoshop and Premiere and After Effects, like blending modes and paths and all that good stuff. So it just makes for a more elegant animation. All right, so now let's see if we can put all this together for you. So as you can see, I've grabbed all my images, I've got them on the timeline. Here's a little clue as to the audio file. It's called Photographer Logo MB3, and we'll just bring this down like so. And if I play this, there's the first part of your animation. So next up is basically we're going to grab the image file that we're going to use, and I'm just going to resize this a little bit so it fits in. You can use whatever image you want. This is an image of the town where I live, so it gives you, it's kind of a drone shot that I did a few days ago. But yeah, this one just comes in like so, and then you can grab your BFX animation also fairly easily. And sometimes the timeline snapping can be fairly irritating. And so you want to turn that off for the media edges if it's giving you a hard time like it is here. And I can drag this over to like so, shorten up this animation a little bit, something like that. Okay. And then we need to take the animation, just shorten it down a little bit. And last but not least, if I recall correctly, this animation here needs to be a little bit shorter, like so. Shorten this up. Just drag this over a little bit. And now, let's make the screen so you can see it, and we'll play this. So basically we've combined the picture, the audio track, the transitions on the images with the BFX animation, and then at the end there, the only thing I didn't show you, and it's so basic anyways, just putting a transition on the Kawartha Lakes here over top of the image. And so what you end up with is something that looks in totality like this. Okay guys, there you have it. After Effects to Camtasia. It is possible now with Camtasia 2022. You got a nice little photo video opener. If you're interested in the project file, just send me an email at phileffects@gmail.com. I'll be happy to get it out to you, probably through Google Drive or something like that. You can get rid of my images and put your own in, and maybe you want to take the animation to the next level. I don't know. I leave that up to you. If you found the video useful, drop me a line and let me know. If this kind of content is of interest to you, I'm happy to do more of it. I'm using Camtasia quite a bit and have been using it for many years now. So probably give you some good advice if you need it. But yeah, so that's it for this one. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next one.